What's up, guys? I am Vexx, your virtual pro ambassador, and today for our first video we're going to take a look at my FIFA virtual pro, a little bit into our pro clubs, where I'm at, where I started at, and let you know what we're getting into before we get into the first game. So let's go ahead and take a look. First thing you'll notice right off the bat here, I have played almost 500 games already by the time of recording this, so we're well into my pro. I started back on 360, migrated over to the Xbox One. I'll talk a little bit more about that later because there were some issues. Hopefully I am the only person who had them, but let me know in the comment section down below if you also have had any of these problems when migrating from 360 to Xbox One, or even PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4. I think they did that as well. Another thing you'll see is I've got about 100 more goals than I do games, so 1.2 goal per game average, give or take. I only have 145 assists, but to be honest, that's partially the finishing of some of the drop-in matches and things like that. Hopefully you'll be able to tell throughout some of the gameplay videos that I do pass. I do like to try and assist as well. The assist just isn't always there. The pass might be there and the finish might not be. But I don't want to sound like it's always me doing the great job and my team is screwing it up. Sometimes I don't make the good passes either. So I'll leave that up to you to decide. Last couple ratings, man of the match, 230 out of 497. That's looking pretty good. Close to half the matches that I play, I've had the highest rating. I think earlier in my play I had over half. So I gotta pick that back up, I guess. Looks like my average rating is a 7.7. That's a lot of 9s, 9.3s, 9.5s, balanced out with a couple 6s, some 7s and 8s mixed in there. I know it's hard for a lot of people when you start out. First, you got this really weak pro. You can't do anything with them, and you play drop-in matches because you don't have a club yet. Nobody wants to sign you to a club because your pro is terrible, and you can't get your rating up, so you're stuck with a bunch of those 7s, 6s, maybe even 5s and 4s on your ratings that are going to stay there and bring your average down for as long as you play FIFA 14. Moving on, we're going to look at names. Back in FIFA 11, when I started playing, I used Papadopoulos, and now everybody seems to love that name, so I've kind of pulled away from it. I renamed my guy. His name is iDeserveThis, largely based on the fact that I play drop-ins all the time where people are like, oh, you don't deserve that goal, or that was terrible, you suck. And I just let them know, I do deserve this. And if you want it to become a question, you look at the first name, it's, don't I deserve this? Like, yeah, I'm playing that good. I deserve it. The commentary name is Desorty because it's the closest thing I could find to deserving. Desorty, deserving. It's a stretch, I know, but that's what I came up with. Kind of skip over this next one here. I've tried to use Game Face before. I really wish that it worked better, but I always feel like it gives me kind of bug eyes or something weird, and I know it gives you orange skin on the 360 in Virtual Pro when you play online. I don't know about the Xbox One because I just honestly haven't bothered to try it. I will say, though, that I am not a fan of the making your pro ugly or making your pro have a stupid name. I think you'll see some people that we play later, somebody's name is like Dixon Butts or something like that. It's just childish and not my thing. You can see that I also like to play as a forward, striker, center, front and center, finisher all the time. Got to have that finishing up, get that accuracy, make sure the goalies can't stop it when you get in one-on-one. And the reason for that, as you can see on this next one, is because I like to be speedy. You know, some people might call it pace abuse. I guess everybody has a different style of playing. I could make my guy 6'2", and 200 pounds, stand in the box, and we could cross all day and I could score headers like that. I would much rather play a game where I've got to beat the players on the other team with good runs and good technique and get to the ball quicker, put myself in a one-on-one with the goalie, and then have the ability to finish and slide it home. So that's my philosophy on all that. Again, nothing too interesting on the boots or any other of the equipment. I kind of switch it around every now and then. Mostly the boots I'll change whenever they come out with new ones if I find one that I like, but really I don't mess with it too much. So the last thing that you might be interested in are my traits. I always have second wind from the second I can, because my pro is dead at the end of the game. I'm running all over the place, and if he can't get that second win, then I'm going to cramp up, and I don't want that to happen at a vital moment when maybe I'm running in on goal. We need to tie it. We need to pick up an extra goal to secure the win, and we just can't have me hobbling around. Again, I love to finish. I love to get out there in the open, put it past the goalie. So you can see I have both finesse shot and outside foot shot on. Both of those are just to make me all the more dangerous as a finisher. I've got the power free kick right now, and you'll also see down at the bottom here I've got bicycle kicks. I used to have bicycle kicks and diving headers. I got my 3 diving headers that I needed to get the heading +1 for my pro, and then I kind of backed off it a little bit. I still need to work on free kicks, so I put on the power free kicks, and hopefully someday I'll score a few of those. I think I've got 3 or 4 right now, but they're kind of hard to get for me, especially since I always play as a finisher. And I don't know if you've experienced free kicks on Virtual Pro Xbox One. Let me know if you got tips or something like that, because I have trouble with them sometimes. I usually get them on net, but they don't always end up in the back, so